Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine, doing the full moon in Cancer tarot reading. And I just realized that I do not know what degree the moon will be at on the full moon, so I want to look that up real quick. I believe it's happening on the 22nd. 21st. No, I think it's on the 21st. I think it's on the solstice. Let's see. The moon is in Gemini on the 21st. And it's still in Gemini, so it's going to be on the 22nd. Sorry, guys. I should have been prepared. Moon in Cancer, 0 degrees. Let's see the aspects. Sun opposes moon. Yep. Okay, so it's happening on the 22nd, and it's another like 0 degree moon. Crazy, we've had a few of those. Very fresh, new energy. So I've already have the tarot cards all spread out and ready to go for the 12 zodiac signs. I do go by the ascendant and not the sun sign. However, if you do not know your ascendant, you can, you're more than welcome to go by your sun sign or your moon sign, whatever works. I like to go by the ascendant so that I can give a little bit of astrology in the tarot readings. When we know our ascendant, you know then how to predict astrology in the areas of life and how it affects us due to the natal chart. So if you have your birth time or can get that, go ahead and Google your natal birth chart or go to astro.com and you can get your ascendant sign. If you'd like to comment below, I can help you out with learning your ascendant as well. Alright, so we're going to start with Aries ascendant and work our way through Pisces with 2 cards apiece, one from the Tarot Illuminati that I use, which I love. The art is so beautiful. So happy I got this deck. And then we're using the Healing Fairy cards by Doreen Virtue, who I do respect the work she did while she was in this community. Though she sort of discounts her work now, and that's all good. Everybody's got their struggles, and they're, allowed to change their mind. Bottom of the deck shows the Empress upright. I like to think of the cards on the bottom of the deck as for all of us collectively. Okay, so the Empress is basically like Venus incarnate. So she knows her value, her worth, she knows her power and how to use it. She embraces her masculine and feminine energies to push forward what she wants and to draw in what she seeks. Okay. And then we've got, for the Healing Fairy cards on the bottom of the deck for the collective, we have body movement. So to me, this is saying to take action, that we're all ready to push through and take action in new areas. Okay, which is awesome. I think we've done enough inner work. We're ready to get things moving. Okay, so starting with Aries ascendant, we have the Hanged Man reversed. Sorry, it took me a moment. Like, is he upside down or not? The Hanged Man is needing to surrender, to let go, to allow. So when we have this card reversed as it is, it's like we're not wanting to, we may be gripping things too tightly and not surrendering to the fate of things or to divine timing. Healing Fairies card, we have a reversed inner child. Okay, so to me, these two cards together are saying to take time to sit on and meditate and go within and really dig back up and contemplate and ponder on your inner child, your inner desires, your wants and needs, and and why you're holding on so tightly and not surrendering to the divine will of bringing your inner child out, your inner desires and light and joy. When we try to control and think that, misuse our power by controlling the things that we aren't supposed to, things can get off track and become haywire, and we can lose ourselves in the pursuit of happiness and not be able to get in touch with our inner joy and the inner inspiration that surrendering to spirit with a full, faithful heart will give us. For you guys, Aries ascendant, the full moon in Cancer on the 22nd, the day after the winter solstice. And I mean, basically on the winter solstice, we do have a full moon in Gemini, and then it will then go into the beginning stages of Cancer. But so for you guys, Aries, Gemini is going to be in your third house of communication and travel, and then Cancer, once the moon is technically full, is going to be in your fourth house of home and family and your roots and tribe. Okay, so in these areas, I think it's important to, like I was saying, get in touch with your inner child and find that spark and that light and joy again by knowing that you can't control all that's going on, and you can only do your part, and part of that part is being able to surrender at the appropriate times. All right, moving on to Taurus ascendant, we have the Judgment card reversed. That is a call to awakening. Okay, so this means that, to me, this is saying we have heard the call, or we are kind of closing our ears like, no, I don't want to look. I don't want to know that call. I don't want to answer. And, this is a spiritual awakening. So I think with any reversed card, it's important to take time to get quiet and really think about, make some decisions on what you're awakening to spiritually. What is spirit and Goddess trying to get you to open your eyes about? Okay. We have the healing fairies saying, when you do that, the problem resolves itself. This is an upright card. There's no need to do anything, but to understand that once you allow the spiritual awakening to happen and not block it or avoid it, your problems are resolved. Taurus ascendant, for you guys, the full moon will be happening, well, on the solstice. Where's my little chart? I can bring that back over here. On the solstice, it will be happening. Okay, let's see what direction we're going. Sorry, give me a moment. If 2 is in 1, then 3 is in 2. Okay. So, on the winter solstice on the 21st, the moon is building in Gemini. It's basically full, but not technically. So for you guys, this will be highlighting the area of your self-value and self-worth. So really looking deep at, your belief systems, what God is showing you, what you're being called to awaken to at this time. And money problems and value issues with your resources will solve themselves as you do so. And then as the moon does come into Cancer at its fullness on the 27th, when it's technically full, that will move into your third house of communication and travel. Okay, so both of those areas in life are highlighted for you at this time. Gemini ascendant, we've got a Ten of Wands upright. Now the Ten of Wands, Gemini ascendant, is needing to lay down some of those, to phone a friend, to lighten the load a bit. You're carrying too much weight for one, okay? And we've got a reversed follow your dreams. Okay, so as you're trying to do all that you can, you are weighing yourself down, which is restricting you from, you know, looking out at the world with a straightened posture, with a bright, clear view on the possibility of fulfilling your dreams. Gemini ascendant, this will be targeting your first house of self-identity and self-worth, and as well as once it moves into Cancer on the 22nd, the full moon, it will be highlighting your self-value and self-worth as well, which is directly connected to your resources. So I feel like for you Gemini ascendants at this time, you know that you're carrying too much weight. And so maybe just to hear it from me will help you, you know, make the move and the push to lay some of that down. Don't carry all that extra weight that's unnecessary. Sometimes it's just a mental perspective that needs to be switched, and then you realize, oh, I don't have to carry all this. That's not part of my mission. That's not part of my dreams. And that'll help you unlock this and turn this around to clear some space for following your dreams. Okay. Cancer ascendant, we have the full reversed. Okay, this is showing a delay in taking action or moving towards something. This is assessing all the details, wanting more answers before you move forward. And we have a new location reversed. Okay, so this could be speaking to jobs or your home moving. As it's reversed, you're kind of standing in your own way, or something is blocking you from moving forward to this other location. Okay, and Cancer ascendant, for you guys, it's going to be taking place in your, well, on the winter solstice, it will be taking place in your spiritual house on the 21st, okay? So this could be, you know, wanting to move forward to a new location in the areas of your spirituality, but really wanting to define some things and work out some details beforehand as it was reversed. And then as the moon, the full moon, is fully illuminated on the 22nd and goes into Cancer, that will be highlighting your first house of your self-identity. Okay, so whatever's being shown to you right now, you know, obviously trust your intuition, but from these cards, you're delaying and moving forward, and it has to do with some sort of move, okay? Whether you should make that move or not is up to you, but according to this reading, it's saying that, you know, you are restricting. Something is holding you back. So You know, anytime there's reverse cards, I like to, say to take your time to meditate on these things and connect with your own guidance system of your intuition. And you Cancer ascendants, any prominent Cancer or water energy, you can connect to your intuition pretty intensely compared to other signs. Okay, moving on to Leo ascendant. We've got a Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so upright, the Two of Pentacles is learning to dance with the changes of life. In life. Reverse, it's like, man, it's getting bumpy. These changes are coming out of nowhere, and it's getting a little hard to maintain balance. So just like with any card that's reversed, you want to take some time to get quiet and really think about what's blocking you from being able to, balance all this turbulence and instability going on right now in life and in your relationships, your resources, as it's Pentacles. We have a Healing Fairy card that is a reverse detoxification. So this is saying, upright, it's saying it's time to detox and let go of toxic substances or relationships or habits or anything that is basically poisoning your path. As something that's toxic is not good for us, it's poisonous. And so when you have it reversed, there's this holding on to things that are really not good for us and not being able to let them go. And so what you'll want to do is get quiet in meditation, sit a while with, God and Spirit, the Goddess, Divine Source, whatever you call, the one who is giving us our intuitive insight. And you really want to ask, what do you need to let go at this time, and how can you more easily do so? And, get your answers, because this is holding you back, and probably why you're not being able to balance the changes coming toward your relationships and finances right now. Okay, so for you, Leo ascendants, it's going to be hitting your 11th house on this winter solstice as the moon's built up in Gemini, and that's your 11th house of groups and friendships, social groups as well. Okay, so you really want to take a look at if there's any toxic relationships or groups that you're a part of and that you're needing to let go of. If you're spending any time socially that's not really good for you. And then as we move into the 22nd, the moon will then be in Cancer, which would go to your 12th house of spirituality, escapism, the dream world, and our subconscious minds, okay? So, something that really helps me with toxic thought patterns, as we're speaking about the subconscious, is listening to positive affirmations. And there are so many different YouTube videos that you can Google or YouTube search and to choose from to listen to while you sleep. The subconscious mind is the part of our mind that continuously records and doesn't turn off. It's the part of our mind that when you can't remember something and then hours later it retrieves it and pulls it forward and you're like, oh, the name of that band is this. You know, it's your subconscious mind that actually kept searching and searching and searching until it found it. We just didn't realize it was doing that. So to conquer like toxic thoughts or thought patterns, it really helps to listen to positive affirmations while you're sleeping. I believe in that a lot. And what else was I going to say? Escapism is also part of the 12th house that the full moon is highlighting for you guys. And so maybe, you know, just for a time you need to cut back on, you know, substances you're using for your escape, or find new healthier ways to escape. I believe that sex is a very beautiful and awesome way to escape the reality and the harshness of our reality. You know, obviously if it's in a sacred, you know, beautiful love relationship, that's the best way. I'm not saying to go out and like sleep with everybody and, you know, take on all that energy, because that's not good. And then spiritually, you want to, you know, definitely with the full moon highlighting your spiritual house, you want to take time to connect with spirit and, you know, just ask, you know, how can I balance and what can I let go of? All right. And when we come into Virgo ascendant, we have the Sun card upright. This is connecting with truth, with your inner child, with, I just want to bring it up. Where'd it be? Where'd it be, chickadee? The light of truth. Yeah, truth, illumination, joy, happiness, true bliss, celebration. It's just a really fun time. And I'm loving this for, you know, my oldest daughter is Virgo ascendant, and her birthday will be on the 22nd, which is when the full moon happens. And we will be together. Yay! We'll actually be in New York, so I'm super excited about that. I love you, sweet girl, and I hope you have the best birthday. But this is saying truth is illuminated, truth, light, childlike sparks are highlighted, inner joy and bliss. And then we've got the healing fairy cards saying the magic of nature. Yeah, well, we'll see about the magic of snow and freezing cold. No, either way, when you get outside, you know, nature just has a way of healing us and having us wonder at its beauty. So, for you Virgo ascendants, this is happening for you guys in your, so we got 6 and 1, Leo's in 12, Cancers in 11. It's going to affect on the winter solstice, the 21st. It'll affect your 10th house of your career, your power and authority, and how you use it. And then as it comes into the 22nd, when the moon is actually completely full, it moved into Cancer, which is affecting your social groups, your friends, networking, all of that stuff, okay? So yeah, very positive reading for you Virgo ascendants, connecting to truth, illuminating light, your inner childhood bliss, joy and happiness, and being in awe at the magic of nature around you. Moving right along to Libra ascendant. Let's see what we got. We've got a 2 of Wands, upright. That's awesome. So this is the conqueror at the edge of the world. It's pushing your will into the world. He is looking out very powerfully and wanting to expand and push his ideas out into the world, into reality. Okay? Just want to double check that one as well. Just because it throws me off when there's 2, I feel like that means there's always a choice, but I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, conquering new ground, a goal of discovery. So then we've got making new friends reversed. So there may be a block to opening up to new people that we're maybe being partnered with at this time, that have made their way in our social circles. And we need to really take time to look within and see what blocks we have. Is it fear from past hurt? Are we untrusting from past hurt? We really don't want to bring in old past wounds to our future and present moment. I mean, obviously we need to learn from past experiences on don't do this, do that, take time to get to know people before you trust them, with certain things, your money, your friends, your family, but don't block off making new connections, Libra. So take time to meditate on that and see what you need to heal and clear, okay? You're in control. You want to push your will out there, but you cannot do it all alone. You need your team. So Libra ascendants, this then is happening for us in the ninth house, I believe, of, no, our ninth house is not Cancer nor Gemini. Yeah, it is. It's Gemini. So our ninth house on the solstice of higher mind, of travel, of what is it called, like foreign affairs, of higher learning, of, it's the home to Sagittarius, so it's like our aim. It's where we're aiming in life. Okay, we have Gemini there, Libra ascendant, so it will start on the solstice there, and then as it comes to fully being a full moon in Cancer, it will move into our 10th house of our power and how we use it, and our career house. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. Moving on to Scorpio ascendant. We've got the Devil card, which is the chains that bind us, okay? So before we can move on to a more freeing, newer ventures, we have to take a look at what is holding us back. What relationships need to be redefined or let go of? What mentalities have we placed in our reality and believed in that we need to let go because they're just chaining us and binding us and holding us hostage from moving forward in a healthy way? This can also speak to addictions. It's different for everyone. And then for the healing fairies, Scorpio, they're saying you guys have the inner power, but you're blocking your own power by being bound to these people, belief systems, or addictions, whatever it is. So get quiet, take some time to meditate, and figure out why you're blocking your own inner power. Don't self-sabotage, okay? Let's clear and cut loose of the chains that bind you using the inner power that you guys have. You're very deep individuals and have possess an ability to be very psychic, and so there's great inner power and strength for you guys that you can tap into. Now for y'all, it is happening in your 7th and 8th house, I believe. Let's see. Well, Scorpio, no, opposite to Scorpio is not going to be Cancer. I hope I didn't mess up. So let me count again. We have 7th in the 1st, and we're looking for 4. So 8 is in, oh no, not 7. Why did I say 7? 8 in 1. So Sag is in 12. Cap is in 11. Aquarius is in 10. Pisces is in 9. Aries is in 8. Probably should have went the other way. So let's see, Scorpio, 8 and 1. Right? Did I count the wrong way? This is embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. Okay, so 8 and then 9. So yeah, so 7th would be in 12, 6 would be in 11, 5 would be in 10, and 4 would be in 9. And then 8 would be in 3. Okay, sorry about that. So Scorpio ascendant, the moon on the solstice will be build up to a basically full moon in Gemini, okay, at the last degrees of Gemini, which will be highlighting your 8th house of other people's money, our shadows, our taxes, things we don't want to look at. It also defines intimate sex, intimacy, partnerships, no, not so much partnerships. That would be 7th house. Okay, so it will be highlighting that for you guys on the winter solstice. So you want to look at your shadows and do some healing as to what you can let go of and what power do you have to change. You can't change everything, but you can change your mentality, okay? So then as the moon comes into Cancer on the 22nd and is technically full, that's going to then move to your 9th house of higher learning, foreign travel, foreign affairs, our highest aim, like the archer. It's our higher mind, okay? So both of those areas will be activated during this full moon for you. All right, Sagittarius ascendant. We have a Queen of Swords reversed. This is the cold teacher of wisdom. It's very Saturn-like. When it's reversed, it's like we're refusing to learn lessons that are being presented to us. I'm going to go ahead and look this up for you guys. Just see what else I can touch on for you with that card. What is it? Swords. Expression of ideas, communication, teaching, and nurturing. Okay, so you're being restricted, you know, possibly restricting yourself from teaching others and expressing your ideas and nurturing others at this time as it came up reversed. So you'll want to definitely do some meditating, taking time to understand what is blocking you from expressing your ideas and nurturing others. Okay, the Healing Fairy cards are saying that it's important to feel safe right now, and that's how you know you're on the right, well, I was going to say the right path, but I stopped myself because, you know, it doesn't always feel right when you're following your path. Sometimes it takes a huge amount of risk. Let me go into the book for this one as well. I think actually intuitively what it's saying is it's safe for you to express these ideas. It's safe for you to nurture and teach others what you've found and what you've learned along the way. That's your wisdom. So don't block yourself off. Don't let others block you off. You're valuable and you have wisdom. Sagittarius ascendant, wisdom that can be shared, and you need to remind yourself to feel safe to do so. Okay, so for you guys, Sagittarius ascendants, the full moon will start in your relationship house as your opposite is Gemini, so it's going to be the 7th house. That's going to start on the winter solstice, okay? The moon will have built up and is basically full in Gemini. So you could be, you know, reassessing your relationships, asking yourself, do I really feel safe in these relationships? Do I feel safe to express my true self in these relationships that I'm a part of? And then as the moon moves into Cancer, Let's see. So if we've got 9 and 1. So then Cancer is going to be in the 6th house of everyday work, chores, service to others. So in your everyday life, Sagittarius ascendant, it's important for you to create a space where you feel safe to express your ideas and to be able to nurture and teach others your wisdom that you've learned. Okay, you guys are very wise, and you know, if you're involved in any daily task or relationships or work that you don't feel safe enough to express your ideas, you really need to reassess and go within and figure out why that is. Are you giving your power away? You know, do you just need to change your mentality? All right. And Sagittarius, we're going to then move on to Capricorn ascendant. We have the Chariot. The Chariot reversed. So for you guys, this is affecting you in your 6th house of service to others, everyday tasks and chores, and also your 5th house of your passions, your heart's desire, true love, the spark and inspiration. Okay, so reverse Chariot is saying that you're losing the momentum and speed to move forward. You know, something is blocking you from moving forward. And the healing fairies are saying it's quiet time. It's time to get quiet and rethink and reevaluate, you know, what's blocking you from moving forward. Why are you becoming stagnant with your passions and your true desires? Okay, and what you're giving energy to every day. All right. No, I don't think I read that right. Actually, Cancer ascendant, yes, the cards, you know, are saying that you're not gaining momentum and speed to move forward, and it's time to get quiet to see why. But as far as the areas of life that's happening for you, it's actually going to be your 6th house and your 7th house, okay? So it's going to start in the 6th house of your everyday work and service to others, and then move into your partnerships and relationships. As Capricorn ascendant, your opposite is Cancer, and the moon is technically full in Cancer. Okay, so you really need to assess what partnerships you want to move forward with, and work and daily habits and routines. Okay. Why are you hesitating to move forward? It's time to get quiet and figure that out so that you can heal or decide on what you do want to move forward in. Okay? And now we're moving on to Aquarius ascendant. Ooh, we have the Star card upright. How beautiful. Aquarius, this is such an Aquarian card. It's speaking about New Age belief in the spiritual world. This Star card, let me look that up. It is a major arcana card suggesting major change. It's the guiding light of renewal. Healing, renewal and rejuvenation, peace and harmony, fame and fortune, alternative therapy, and spirituality. Okay? And let's see, the healing fairy cards are saying it's time to look at parenting and children and these new belief systems that you're finding and how these can come together. Okay, what changes can you make with your parents, with your children as a parent, and how can you incorporate your new age beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, this new awakening into your everyday life with your parents and children, or as a parent. For you, Aquarius ascendant, this will be touching on your 5th and 6th house. So you have Gemini in your 5th house. So on the winter solstice, sorry, I'm cold. On the winter solstice, the 21st, you will be experiencing this in your everyday life, your service to others, and your daily task, I believe. Let's see, we got 11 in the first, so then 12s and 2, 1s and 3, 2s and 4, and 3s and 5. Actually, the first day on the solstice, it's going to start in the 5th house of your passions, your desires. True love can be highlighted right now, which is, you know, it's also the house of children. It's the house of our most passionate, inspiring desires. And as it becomes full on the 22nd, an exact full moon, it's going to be in Cancer, and that will affect your 6th house of your everyday work and service to others. So you want to look at, you know, your most passionate desires, children, and your everyday world and your service to others. How are you going to push forward your spiritual beliefs, your healing and awakening with your passions, desires, and involving parents and children at this time? Pisces ascendant, we have the Death card reversed. So Death card upright is an end to something. Because, you know, we're all going through cycles constantly. There is no new beginning without an end. So having this reversed, I would say that this is saying you don't want to let go of something that you may be holding on, or there's something that needs to die in your life that you need a rebirth on, but you're not allowing it. There's some kind of block. Now for you, Pisces ascendant, so 12 and 1, then we've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So it's going to affect your home life on the winter solstice, your home, your family, your tribe. And then on the actual full moon on the 22nd, as it comes into Cancer, it'll be affecting your 5th house of your passions, your truest desire, your inspiration, your spark. It's also the house of children, okay? And we've got higher consciousness upright, okay? So we need to let die, Pisces ascendant, what stories are no longer working, and trust in your higher self, the higher consciousness and insight that's coming to you when you get quiet, okay? Get quiet, meditate, figure out what's blocking you from transforming, and just allow that higher consciousness to come in during this full moon. All right, you guys, I love you. We got through the whole video in one take. Whoop, whoop. Awesome. If you guys are interested in any natal chart readings, tarot readings, any kind of, you know, I teach an astrology school as well. Check me out on divinelygenuine.com with a Facebook like. You can enter a coupon code and receive 25% off anything in my shop, which includes crystals and all kind of stuff. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed your full moon readings, and happy full moon. Peace.